Okay, so have you ever woken up with like a pounding head
Yeah.
and you just can't shake this feeling like, is it just a headache or is my
Yeah.
blood pressure like going haywire?
Oh, yeah, I've totally been there.
It's like this instant worry, right?
Definitely.
So today we are doing a deep dive into this exact question. We're looking at the article from the EMT Spot. It's called, Does High Blood Pressure Cause Headaches? We'll break it all down, figure out what's true, what's not, and most importantly, what you need to know to take control.
I think a lot of people think every headache means high blood pressure, which just isn't true. And this article does a good job of clearing that up right off the bat.
Yeah, it's not like our brains have a direct line to our blood pressure gauge or anything,
hmm
but that makes me wonder, if it's not every headache,
Mm.
then what kind of headache should actually make us worry?
That's where things get interesting. So the article talks about this throbbing kind of headache. You often feel it in the back or front of your head. And here's the thing. It often comes with other symptoms too, symptoms that should make you want to get held, not just reach for the pain meds.
Oh, wow. So we're talking more than just a little ache then. Like, our body's really trying to send us a message.
Exactly. And what's interesting is the article says chronic high blood pressure isn't usually the main culprit here. It's those sudden, really dramatic spikes in blood pressure that seem to be the real headache triggers.
Wait, so if my blood pressure's been high for a while, like my body just kind of gets used to it, does that mean I shouldn't worry as much about those chronic high readings then?
Well, it's not quite that simple. Think of it like this. Imagine your body is like a really finely tuned machine. Okay? And if you keep cranking up the pressure constantly, over time, that machine is going to try to adapt to that new normal, even if it's not actually a good thing.
So basically, my body's trying to jerry-rig a solution,
Yeah.
but that can't be good in the long run, right? What's the harm in our systems getting too comfortable with high blood pressure?
Yeah, it's kind of like ignoring that check engine light in your car, right? Like, yeah, your car might keep running for a while, but eventually something's going to give.
And in this case, those blood pressure spikes are the alarm bells,
Yeah,
telling us something's definitely not right.
exactly.
So let's talk about those alarm bells for a sec. The article mentions some other symptoms that can show up along with this killer headache.
Oh, yeah, and those are key. We're talking things like chest pain, shortness of breath, even changes in your vision. Those are not things you want to ignore.
Okay, so chest pain and shortness of breath already sound scary enough on their own. But vision changes. What's going on in our bodies to cause that? The article mentions temporary darkness or graying. That's kind of freaking me out, honestly.
It all comes down to blood flow, or actually more like the lack of it. You see, when your blood pressure goes way up suddenly, it's like trying to force a ton of water through a tiny hose. That hose is your blood vessels, and they're constricting, trying to manage all that pressure.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That means less blood flow to important places, like your eyes and your brain.
Hence the vision problems.
Exactly.
Okay, that's definitely an image I don't want to experience firsthand. So let's say you're having one or more of these symptoms. What should you do?
Well,
I mean, the article says to check your blood pressure, which seems obvious. But what then? Do you need to, like, rush to the ER? Or just call your doctor for an appointment?
I can't give medical advice, of course, but the article's really clear about this. Get medical help and get it fast.
Yeah.
Putting it off when you've got these symptoms. It's like ignoring a fire alarm because you're scared of what the firefighters might find. And whatever you do, don't try to just make it go away with painkillers.
Which the article is very clear about not doing. Why is that so bad? Wouldn't a little relief be better than nothing?
Because you might just be masking a really serious problem. Painkillers might get rid of the headache, but they don't do anything about what's causing it. That dangerously high blood pressure. And remember those serious complications we were talking about? Like malignant hypertension. That's a really severe form of high blood pressure, and it can damage your organs.
Yeah, that's not good.
Delaying treatment can have some really bad consequences. You need a professional to figure out what's going on, and you need a treatment plan, not just a quick fix.
So it's not about toughing it out. It's about getting the right help right when you need it. But before everyone panics, let's talk about prevention for a minute. Is the article all doom and gloom? Or is there hope? Can we actually stop these headaches from happening in the first place?
Oh, there's definitely hope. The article actually stresses how important lifestyle choices are for both managing blood pressure and preventing those scary headaches.
So we're talking the usual suspects, right?
Yeah.
Like diet, exercise, stress management, all that stuff really affects our blood pressure.
It all plays a part, and the article goes into how. Take exercise, for example. When you're active regularly, it strengthens your heart, and it helps it pump blood more efficiently so it doesn't have to work as hard, which naturally lowers your blood pressure.
Like giving your heart a workout, buddy.
Exactly.
Love it. What about diet? How does that play into it?
While eating lots of fruits, veggies, whole grains, and going easy on the sodium and saturated fats, that can make a huge difference for your blood pressure. Those foods are naturally lower in sodium, and they're packed with good stuff like potassium and magnesium, which are both important for regulating blood pressure.
So healthy eating literally helps keep our blood pressure in check. Okay, and of course, we can't forget about stress, everyone's favorite topic, right?
Right. Being stressed out all the time, it's like your body is constantly in overdrive, and your blood pressure definitely feels the effects.
Yeah, no kidding.
The article suggests trying things like meditation or deep breathing exercises. Even just spending time in nature can help.
Good reminders that self-care isn't just some luxury. It's crucial for our health. There's one more thing from the article that really stood out to me. It mentions avoiding illicit drugs as a way to prevent these blood pressure headaches. I gotta be honest, I didn't really make that connection at first.
Oh, yeah, it's super important. So things like cocaine and amphetamines, they can make your blood pressure spike suddenly and drastically. And that's exactly the kind of situation we've been talking about that can trigger those severe headaches.
Wow. Okay, so that's a hard no then.
It's like pouring gasoline on a fire.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Definitely not a good idea.
Eh.
But it's a good reminder that everything in our body is connected, even in ways we don't always realize. It can feel kind of overwhelming.
Mm.
But it also means we have more power than we think to take care of ourselves and make a difference.
Totally. And that's a great point to wrap things up on, I think. This whole deep dive has been about headaches as a warning sign for high blood pressure. But remember, high blood pressure is often called a silent killer for a reason. Even if you feel fine, even if you don't have a pounding headache, it's so important to get those regular checkups, know your numbers, and talk to your doctor.
Absolutely. Don't wait for a 5-alarm headache to finally take action. Knowledge is power, right? And now you know what to look out for and what you can do to stay ahead of it.
Couldn't agree more.
That's a wrap for today's deep dive into high blood pressure headaches. Until next time, everybody, stay curious and stay headache-free